Hello, race fans, and that is the new diesel engine locomotive here at the last gasp.
Hey, race fans, this is Richard Gere, and that's my co-announcer, Aaron Tate.
Hey, Richard, did you know that Billy actually named that new diesel locomotive?
What? A name?
Yeah, he calls it Vin.
Vin Diesel. Funny. Okay, you're looking at Janabi's truck. He had a large metal tire on top of that roll bar cage in the back. He asked if we'd take it off and we'd put it down underneath the roll bar cage, so we did.
In lane 1, coming to us from South Carolina, is the number 12 seed, and that's Flip driving the number 81 with Flips Racing. In lane 2, you heard about him, and it's Janabi with the number 5 Baja Bouncer. He's from Colorado, and he's the number 21 seed. Also from Colorado, the number 20 Baja Bouncer from EP Videos is Lucas. And then finally, on the outside lane, the number 11 seed from FPD Racing is Killa Kowalski, and he drives that number 28 Baja Bouncer. Killa is also from South Carolina.
Ladies and gentlemen, Group 6 is about to begin, but first we need to let you know, because Janabi had modifications to his Baja Bouncer, he will start with -3. Killa Kowalski's on the outside lane, and Flip, his cousin, is on the inside. We'll do our best to keep them separated because they just decided to be twinsies here as race 1 begins. And it's Killa Kowalski, but no! Wow! Janabi has just rocketed out into the lead. That's a great drift by Killa, but Janabi is still going to be in the lead, and he's first onto runway 3. Killa Kowalski is second, Flip is third. We did see in the background EP Videos continue on.
Wow!
Oh my goodness! That is a new track record. And I think it was Killa that took second. Aaron, please, help us out here.
Oh, you bet. The film crew is rushing to get things organized. Take a look at Janabi pull out here, and look how smoothly he went through the snow. He went from being with the pack to well ahead of the pack at that point. Now, Killa Kowalski from the outside lane does a wonderful job drifting. Watch what happens to Lucas as he flips it over. And you'll see again, there's, on the Joker lane, there's Flip. He's in third. But even as Janabi comes down the runway, the other drivers are getting further and further in the rearview mirror. Janabi spins around, but an amazing job on his part blowing the record away. Killa Kowalski will take second and Flip will take third.
Well, that was quite a way for Janabi to pull himself out of a deficit, a 3-point deficit, with a 23.093. That is nearly 0.4 of a second faster than Flip, and he did it right in front of Flip. Wow.
You think Flip's a little agitated?
I think all the drivers are ready to prove something now. We've got Flip in lane 2. To his right, oh, and Flip is flipped over, is Killa Kowalski. Killa Kowalski got a little stuck in the snow. Guess who's in the lead? Janabi is, well, he's having a little bit of trouble, and Lucas bumps him. Okay, so Killa is coming around, and boy, this is going to be tight. Killa's on the right-hand side. He's even with Janabi, and look at that. He's going to close him out. Around the big U, he is first onto the scrambler, and he's coming on through very nicely. Janabi takes second, and Lucas will take third.
Well, and for any other group of racers, a 25.6 would be quite impressive, but for these guys, that seemed like a pedestrian walk as Flip makes an early exit. Janabi has a solid drift, but Lucas overdrifts again. He does continue. This is where Killa Kowalski plays his cards exactly the way we would hope, and Killa with a first place finish now has 7. Janabi's in the second place with 4.
Just an incredible start for Janabi. Killa Kowalski's looking solid, but Lucas here on the inside. And in lane 3, the catbird seat, we've got Flip. They're going to have to do something now. They're going to have to keep up with these fast drivers, and it looks good amongst the 3 up top, and wow, very close. It looks like Flip is ahead of Janabi. Janabi gets spun around. Flip's looking fast, and here comes Lucas. So far, so good. A little bump there as look at the way that Flip is stretching the lead. He's coming down and turning around. There's a crash. There's another sliding through, and everybody finishes, and that finish time looks fantastic.
It's Flip coming in with another fantastic fast time. Look at him drift, pull out in front of Janabi, and not blink an eye. Janabi is fast, but Flip is not going to let go of any record so easily as he comes down. The action's happening behind him. Now, Flip is going to buck around like he's kicking off the cowboy. It is Lucas trying to do a barrel roll and hitting a sign. Then Killa Kowalski slides in like a boat for second. Third place will go to Lucas, and Janabi takes fourth.
Ladies and gentlemen, think about this for a minute. Flip has the second and the third fastest track times, and he's done it in the wagon race from lane 1. He just now did it from the drift lane, lane 3. Janabi,
lane 2.
What was that, Aaron?
Lane 2. He was
That's
in lane
right.
2.
Yeah, he was in lane 2. So with 3 different lanes, we have 3 of the fastest times. This is race 4. Janabi's in lane 1. Oh, Killa Kowalski has an early lead, but he loses it a little bit, and Lucas pulls out ahead. There's Flip. In the background, ouch, as Killa has a hard, rough knock into the wall. He's over the jump, and Lucas is coming out, and he's going to pull past. Killa Kowalski, he's looking... Oh, no! He was, but now a disastrous slide on his side, and Killa is stuck. Here comes Janabi and Flip, and now they go down the scrambler, and here comes Janabi, and he's going to pull right in. That was way too close. We know that Flip took third.
Race fans, this race has been full of thrills and spills. Now the thrills begin here, with Killa just about losing it through the snow, and Lucas is going to take advantage, coming up even with him and down first on the Joker lane. Then, Killa has a little bit of problems around the Mesa Butte, and so does Flip. Lucas is taking full advantage, but the spills and the thrills turn into ugly spills here as Lucas spills his milk and gets rammed by Killa Kowalski. There was no more hope for him, and look at how the finish comes through. And one more frame, the judges are saying that Janabi is going to take first place. It will be Killa Kowalski in second. Now he has 13, Janabi has 9, and Flip goes into halftime with 8.
Harvey, Billy, hold my beer, guys.
It's time for Marble Sucker.
Okay, race fans, it is now time for the halftime show. Ross Rodden, the Australian, he's there on the inside. Marco Polo is next to him. And Billy is now on the outside lane. Why is that?
Dr. Dodge's orders says he needs to work on his drifting.
Work on his drifting. Okay, well, it looks like the Blue Marble and Marco Polo are in different lanes. They got... Ooh, wow, oh, that was a good drift. And the Green Marble coming through first. So I think that is the Australian, and his Green Marbles are in the lead. There is the Australian, Ross Rodden. Now, Billy just ate one of the Green Marbles and spits it out on the left-hand side, and here he comes, through for first. And Ross Rodden takes second. Marco Polo and the Blue Marbles are last.
Let's go to the instant replay halftime package. I always wanted to say that. And you can see right away where Marco Polo kicked his ball first, but it went into lane 1. Now Billy must be getting healthier by the second as he just executes a wonderful drift. And maybe he needs to be... Oh, but first, take a look at what the Blue Marble does. Hitting Ross Rodden's Green Marble, which knocks it well ahead. That's the only way it could get ahead of Billy and his Soapbox Therapy car, but now Billy grabs that Green Marble and excrements it right out down the scrambler, and he wins.
Excrements it down the scrambler. I don't like the sound of that there, Aaron. But let's move on here. Race 5, and I'm happy for Billy. I genuinely am happy Billy is recovering. Right now, race fans, though, we've got more important things to matter here as 4 races remain. And on... Oh, my goodness! One of the racers decided to go off-road for reals. A little over-drifting by Lucas, but he's holding quite well over the train. Oh, no! Now he's tipped over. We have one racer that remains, and would you guess it? It is Janabi coming down the scrambler and through for the finish all alone. Wow.
We begin the second half of racing here, race 5. On the instant replay, it is Flip that turns and stage right off of the track. He is trying to recover. You see him just almost get back on, but his race was over. Lucas overdrifts. He does continue. Killa Kowalski just gets trapped between the barriers, and his race ended. Just then, Lucas turtles it right after the train jump. No extra points for any driver this time. And 4 more points are added for Janabi, who now is in a tie with Killa Kowalski after 5.
Okay, Aaron, I have a theory here as we get ready for race 6. These are 4 very fast drivers, but what we're seeing is they are so aggressive and fast, we're watching them commit some mistakes. Let's hope that things go well. Let's keep an eye. Oh my goodness, look at that. Now, I've never seen that before. That was a barrel roll by Killa Kowalski through the snow. Great drifting on both parts. Lucas... There goes Lucas, there goes Janabi over the train, and all 4 drivers are in the picture. Oh my goodness, oh, there's some scrapping going on there, and now we've got Janabi coming down. He's turning it over, and
I think they're all out.
there are 4 DNFs. Can you believe it?
Well, Richard, I find it a bit difficult to know what's going on here, but we're going to take a look here at what Killa Kowalski did. We might be giving extra points for tricks like that. You see how Lucas gets into trouble and slides out? But around the big U, Killa comes to an abrupt stop, and it is Flip that is unable to get past him. It is time for the restart of race 6.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with Lucas and Flip and Killa. Maybe they're having like a manly man contest to see who can grow a 5 o'clock shadow by 10 in the morning. They need to just buckle up. Oh my goodness, we've lost Flip already. Once again, Janabi's in the lead. He gets turned backwards. And I saw Lucas back there. Over the train jump for a point he goes. Here comes Killa Kowalski, and Killa pulls out ahead. These two have looked very sharp once they get their focus off of the others, and Killa's going to come through in first place. Look at that great time. And Janabi takes second place.
Let's watch Lucas here on the instant replay. Coming in, and he locks his tires because he's trying to keep control around the drift lane. That's some excellent driving. Now down runway 3 and onto the big U. He comes in and just tips it over once again right into the dirt and to a complete stop. After 6 rounds of racing, Killa Kowalski, with a first place finish, has 17. Janabi is now at 17. And the lights are going dim for Flip and for Lucas.
Well, suffice it to say, Flip, who's now in the catbird seat, that's lane 3, is going to have to win and get an extra point if he wants any hope of getting up there with Janabi. And Janabi spins over quickly. He's out of the race. There's quite a battle going on in the Joker lane. As here we see Flip pulling out. He clears the jump. He's going to be first onto the runway. I bet those other two are busy tangling it up as Flip may win this one and get an extra point like he hoped. And look at that. He comes right on through as our timer seems to be fatiguing. There's Killa Kowalski. No sign of Lucas.
Race fans, let's pick it up here midstream, as it was Killa Kowalski first onto the runway, and there's Lucas right behind. Killa spins around. Lucas comes in, and at first looks like he has control, but spins out. When drivers spin out like that, it's usually the suspension that is suspect. Flip is now only 4 points behind Janabi after a stellar run. Let's pick it up with race 8.
And Aaron makes a very good observation. On these taller trucks, anything wrong with the suspension is only amplified. Janabi on the inside. Oh, he has flipped over already. Keep your eyes on Flip, who's on the outside lane. As Lucas makes his way down, he's looking good, and there goes Killa. There's some over-drifting by, and I think it may just be Lucas coming in as Flip was stuck behind Killa. And look at that. Now that the pressure seems to be off, congratulations to EP, and he comes down and comes through with a beautiful time. And in second place will be Killa Kowalski.
Race fans, today's race had a little bit of everything, and I know that some of these drivers, for them it had disappointment. Now Flip is unable to finish. His cousin, Killa Kowalski, is able to navigate, misses the train, but comes on through for the finish. Killa Kowalski had a pretty consistent day, and Janabi, what a great surprise for him. This race belonged to Lucas.
It certainly did, and I want to interject a thought here for all the race fans and builders. When it comes to Shavano Mountain Raceway, speed is crucial, but it's controlled. It's even more crucial, and that comes through a suspension that works. Let's get into Group 7 with Bay City Darrell, followed by Numbskull, James Ironbeard, and Isley from ICT Diecast Racing League.
Are you tracking?